Yeah, as Bashar explains it, belief systems are extremely important because how we define our reality, what we believe to be true, is how we experience our physical reality. Because physical reality doesn't really exist on its own. It's a projection of our consciousness. It's a mirror, it's a reflection. And what we believe to be true is what we're giving off. And physical reality has no choice but to reflect back to us what we're giving off. So it's very important to get in touch with beliefs that might be out of alignment with who we prefer to be, fear-based beliefs, limiting beliefs that don't allow us to be who we really prefer to be. Find out what they are, identify them consciously, and let them go, and replace them with beliefs that are more in keeping with who we prefer to be, so that our physical reality can reflect those beliefs to us instead of the beliefs that we may have been brought up to believe are true, but really don't serve us very well, and maybe even be very contradictory to who it is we are at our core.
Behavior comes from
beliefs.
your thoughts,
Yes.
your emotions, your beliefs, first of all. The belief you have creates the feeling you have creates the thought, all three together. The way you create them creates your behavior. So all you have to do is follow the line back up. If I am exhibiting this behavior, I am having the thoughts that go with it. Where do the thoughts come from? The thoughts come from feelings I'm having. Where do the feelings come from? They come from beliefs I'm having. What must I believe to be true in order to be behaving this way? That's the question. Sit with it quietly, knowing there is an answer, and you will be given the answer. You will see the answer if you're willing to see the answer, if you're not afraid of seeing the answer. If you are afraid of seeing the answer, find out what belief you're holding on to that makes you afraid to see the answer that would help you change the belief, because that has to be coming from another belief. Yes?
Yes.
Therefore, you have exactly the road you need to walk, exactly the path you need to retrace in order to allow yourself to find out what that belief is and let it go by recognizing, once you identify it, that it doesn't belong to you. Do you hold on to things that don't belong to you when you recognize they don't belong to you?
No.
Then that's all it takes. You see, there's no mysterious process involved. Once you have identified the belief as not being in alignment with your true self, that means it doesn't belong to you. And once you recognize it doesn't belong to you, you drop it. It's gone. There's no other special additional process required. It's just gone. Do you understand?
Yes.
Does this help?
Yes.
You can always look back to what you have to believe is true in order to generate those kinds of thoughts, those kinds of feelings, those kinds of behaviors, and the experience that results from it. That's how it works. Starts with belief. That's like the blueprint of the house, and everything stems from that. So if you're having an experience of an emotion that you don't prefer, or a thought or a behavior or an experience, then you can always trace it back to what must I believe in this circumstance is true about myself in order to feel, think, behave, and experience what it is that I am feeling, thinking, behaving, experiencing. That's how it works. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Does that help?
Yes. What about the third part of the question?
Which
what
is?
if the thought could be generated by some outside source?
Well, again, you can receive communication, but you're the one generating the thoughts, because again, everything filters through your belief system. So if you are receiving something from another source, you still have to generate your version of it in order to even perceive it. Do you understand?
Right.
So whatever the thought is that crops up, you can still decide how you feel about it, how you relate to it, and go back to your belief system to see if you might be adding any kind of negative filters to it, or whether you are clear enough to receive an outside communication in a more positive way, and to tell the difference between what does and doesn't work for you. You get to decide what does and doesn't work for you, no matter what you receive. Because it's only an offer. No matter whether it's positive or negative, it's only an offer being sent to you, and you get to decide whether what is being sent, what you're receiving, is true for you or not. And sometimes that's even the point of being given some information from another source, to see what you do with it, to see if you're going to accept something that isn't true for you, or whether or not you will have the discernment to tell the difference. And the idea is, therefore, the more afraid you get, that means the closer you are to discovering them and letting them go, because they're throwing everything at you that they can to prevent you from doing that. So the stronger the fear, the closer you are to stepping out of it, to breaking free of it. Does this help?
It does. If I know you said when you identify them,
Yes.
you let go of them, but if they are still active, just
Then you haven't found the core.
Okay.
Because again, one of the so-called tricks that many deep negative beliefs use is they will surround themselves what may seem to be the real issue, beliefs, and they will allow you to find those and let them go because you haven't found the real one yet, the core one yet, the fundamental one yet, and that will delay you. But if you understand that your behavior hasn't changed, you haven't found the core belief. Keep digging. Go deeper. You'll find it. Remember, all you really have to be is honest within yourself and say, what am I really afraid might happen if I actually was willing to be who I prefer to be? That will usually allow you to discover what the fear-based belief, the negative belief, is actually all about. What are you afraid will happen if you actually are willing to be your true self? There's nothing to be afraid of, because one of the tricks, again, of the negative belief is it will make you believe that if you dig down looking for that negative belief you have about yourself, that when you get down there, the negative belief will make you believe that it's actually going to be true. I'm not worthy. Oh no, I've dug down and I've actually discovered that I really am not worthy. Oh no, what will I do? I guarantee you, those negative beliefs will never turn out to be true.